Thank you, Ganesh. It's like in a cricket match after Virendra Sehwag and Virat Kohli have done their job. Dhoni has done the job. We have big score on the board, and now we have the last few players. And I feel like that because a lot of things have been spoken. And it's very hard to beat and bring out thoughts after such poignant thought process has been revealed by very eminent speakers here. Every time I notice that every time we talk about being good, we go back into our own minds, our own history, our own being, and look at what life goodness has been to us. I just reflected while I was hearing Swamiji, Uma, Ganesh. Every time we think of something good, we have a role model in our mind, someone that has really inspired us and that has brought us to where we are today. And we may not talk about it all the time unless an opportunity like this comes up. And I thought about my great granduncle, in fact, who brought me up as a 7-year-old orphan who he took on. And he was a freedom fighter himself. And he had the opportunity of becoming a political leader. But in Yeroda jail, when he was walking with Gandhiji and the freedom was imminent, he asked Gandhiji, what should I be doing? And Gandhiji said, look, don't get into politics. Get into promoting Hindi as a means of national integration. And he gave his life, and I saw him giving his entire life to this cause with zero attention by others, leave alone the money and things. So I think when somebody looks at what goodness is, these are the examples that we think of. I also founded a company, exited, etc. And I thought one of the ways to give back is to help young entrepreneurs. And TIE is a perfect platform for that. Many of you, I've had the privilege of associating myself through this platform. And I see a lot of entrepreneurs. I see a lot of entrepreneurs at early stage who are definitely a large mass of people that we need to influence with the philosophy, Swamiji, that you brought about. As entrepreneurs, I have not seen one entrepreneur who starts a business, a venture, with the intent of not doing good. I haven't seen one. I have seen entrepreneurs being extremely positive. And of course, among the Sattva, Raja and Tam, they are more Rajogun at the beginning, definitely, and they ought to be. But they have always started with an intent to solve a problem. And the problem can be small, big, it can be personal, it can be societal, it could be technological, it could be whatever. They have started to solve a problem. Unfortunately, today, our education does not allow us to look at problems. No, we are always told to memorize solutions and not look at problems, question problems. But I see entrepreneurs looking at a small sliver of that problem and trying to create a business opportunity out of it. And they all mean good. They give up a lot to be an entrepreneur. They could have been some different person. They could have been employed, they could have been some other profession. But they give a lot of, there is a whole philosophy that they work on, which is they delay the gratification. And I think when somebody can delay the gratification, that's a hallmark of being good. You are willing to give short-term pleasures and gratification for something potentially large in the long term. I am reminded, Guy Kawasaki, who is the guru in startups, wrote in his book, you start business, you start an enterprise, be an entrepreneur, not for making money, but to make meaning. Because if an enterprise starts, takes shape, is born to make meaning, it will make money. But if it is born to solely make money, then it is likely to attract wrong kind of stakeholders. Whether it's employees, investors, customers, whatever. But the moment you step back and say, no, I'm here to solve a problem. And I have seen people looking at solving really, really huge societal problems, healthcare, sanitation, you name it, young entrepreneurs. And I see this change over a period of time. I think we are like some of the Western societies, and you say second generation, third generation, businessmen who have seen what wealth is, who have experienced the abundance as opposed to scarcity. When you are coming from a scarcity mindset, you act differently. And when you come from an abundance mindset, you act differently. So there, I do see a lot of young entrepreneurs who are now looking at doing good, creating social enterprises. Even today on the TV, just like Shark Tank, you must have seen Shark Tank, there is an Indian equivalent of Shark Tank, but for social enterprises. I think entrepreneurs are here to change the world, and if we allow a social meaning to the whole enterprise and create heroes. Today, whom do we see as heroes? Sometimes we always rue the fact that we lack role models. What do we see on TV? What do we see elsewhere? But if these role models get created, they get talked about, it influences positively everybody else around in the system. I think we have a change to make here. We have a mission to make sure that the entrepreneurs, the businessmen, and that's the topic today, have the opportunity to look at the wisdom that exists, apply that, and create meaning. In TiECon, which is arguably the world's largest gathering of entrepreneurs, in Pune, we have a TiECon, Swamiji, next month, and I would certainly like to invite you. But every year in the TiECon, we do have Ronnie Screwwalas of the world, and we have very, very successful businessmen. But believe it or not, the most popular sessions are those that relate to doing good. We always have social entrepreneurs who talk about what is the scale of problem they are solving at a considerable difficulty to themselves personally, but with a vision to do something good. We get speakers like Devdutt Patnaik and others who actually create mythology and relate mythology to business. Now, that's a very powerful idiom because we have been brought up hearing stories of mythology. We can instinctively know what Ram stands for and what Ravan stands for. In our own minds, it's in our blood. So when a story from mythology comes and it relates to business, people relate it very differently. They understand and interpret it very differently. So we need more stories like this. We need people to relate to these things even more as they do their business. And I hope that the initiative that Artha Forum that is doing and some others not only encourage the businessmen that have arrived to do good, absolutely, but the aspiring businesses to find meaning in what they want to do and what they will do in future. Thank you very much.